Hey, folks, and welcome to Tis the Season. This is Chris, Colby, and Cam. We are going to be jumping into the NFL slate that's happening tonight. Actually, starts tonight. The Eagles and the Cowboys. Going to be a good game, I do believe. We're going to try to move on from the college slate this past weekend. We will talk about that a little more tomorrow. We'll be doing a podcast tomorrow as well, going over the college games this weekend, and we hope that we do a little bit better than we did last weekend. It was a very unpredictable Saturday, very good weekend of college football, but we're excited about the start of the NFL season. Technically, it starts here in just about 10 hours or so. And again, I've looked at this game. Cameron and I were talking a little bit earlier while Colby was getting on here. Had some things to do. Cameron and I were in here speaking, and we talked about it. And we believe that the Cowboys actually present more of a challenge to the Eagles than what most people would probably like to believe. I believe the line there is 7.5. Last I looked, I'm not sure if it's the same right now, but that's what it was earlier. Eagles favored by 7.5. I don't think the Eagles win this game by 7.5 points. Historically speaking, when you look at Dak Prescott, he thrives against playing against the Eagles. I'm looking at some stats here. He has over 100 passer rating against the Eagles. He 3,400 yards in 13 games, 24 touchdowns. To only 8 interceptions. So he does play well. He steps up against the Eagles, seems like every time that he plays them. So for me, I go by what he has done. What I do believe that Dallas Cowboys are going to be, I won't say Super Bowl contender. Obviously, I don't think they are, but I do think that they are going to be a tough out for pretty much anyone they face, including the Eagles. So that's a little bit of my take on it. I've got some things I'll get into here after I get some of your all's analysis. I mean, if you've looked at the game, share with us, Cameron, Colby, whoever wants to go first, on what you think about tonight's Eagles-Cowboys game.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Cowboys, I think it's going to be a better game than we think. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. I think the Cowboys are going to be in the game with them. Go on, Kobe.
Colby, you got anything for that one?
I was just looking here at some stats, and CD does not fare well against the Eagles. He's had a couple good games against them, high receptions, or no, high targets. Sorry. Um, I don't know. I don't know much about the Cowboys. I just know losing Micah Parsons is gonna really show. I really do think it's gonna show, and I think the Eagles are gonna run the ball. That's their identity, and I don't know if the Eagles can cover. It's 8.5 on mine. I don't think they can cover that. I think it will be a closer game. It ain't gonna be no blowout, but
I can
Well, you've
definitely see
got
why people would take the money line for the Cowboys. It's at like what, plus 330?
plus 320. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I can definitely see why people would take that. I think it's going to be a pretty close game. I think they have a chance to beat them. And like Chris said, I think the Dak does play well against the Eagles.
Yeah, and I think the Eagles will be on a Super Bowl hangover. Tell the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, those opening games usually don't fare well for Super Bowl champs. I mean, go look. I mean, we can go back and look at the Chiefs in the past, and I just, I don't know. Super Bowl hangover. The only question mark I got is Michael Parsons. What are they going to look like on defense without Michael Parsons? That's my thing.
Well, and what will the new Dallas defense look like? Because they have revamped that defense. Of course, they did get rid of Parsons, but they did pick up Kenny Clark. That's, he's no slouch. I'm not saying he's Parsons. He's not. It's just not. But I do think that they.
Yeah, but he's going to be plugging the inside. He'll be plugging the inside if they run those stretches to the outside with Saquon and he gets out. It's over. It's wraps.
Well, and that's it. That's the thing. You've got your typical big players. You got your Saquons. You got your CeeDee Lambs. You've got, George Pickens. That's one there that I think that might give a little bit of trouble. I believe that a new system for him. He's a good receiver, especially the long ball, and I think that he will. If Lamb doesn't get it done, I can see Pickens really making some noise tonight in this game.
I do think he'll get targeted more.
Yes.
Than when he was at the Steelers.
Yep, he will. He will get more opportunities, and that again, I look for a very, a big pass. Dallas doesn't have who they got at running back now. It's
Javonte
Williams. Yeah. So I'm not saying he's not. He's okay. He's a decent running back, but he's not a top tier running back. He's not. So I don't look for them to really do any type of damage running the ball. I believe Dak's going to throw a lot. Speaking of which, I personally in this game, I like Dak. I'm going with, and these are my picks. I've already made my bets. I like Dak for yards. I like him for over his yards. I like him for over his completions at 24. I like him for 2 touchdowns because, again, I gave you the stats earlier. He averages right around 2 touchdowns a game against the Eagles passing. So, aside from that, I like Barkley to get for yards receiving and rushing. I took him for that. I like him for that. I don't know. I feel like Barkley's going to be Barkley. I like his longest rush, which I believe was 21 on where I'm at on my betting platform. It was like 21 yards. I see him getting that. There's a lot to look at from the betting perspective of this. That some of these numbers just didn't seem right. I like Jake Ferguson for 3 receptions. He averaged literally 3.6 receptions last year. I like him for that in this game. I believe Dak's going to throw and throw and throw and throw. So again, you just that's the only way I can see them winning the game or keeping it within a touchdown. And I do think that they do that. So, but those are just a few of what I've gone with as far as my picks on this game. I haven't done anything further. I've not looked further. We're going to talk a little bit more shortly about a few of the other bigger games on tap this weekend. Of course, we're not going to delve into the games like the Raiders and, of course, the Steelers, the teams we're representing. We're not going to really get into those. We hope they have good seasons, but there's a lot of games that just aren't as good. They don't look as good to the eye, so to speak. You got the Lions and the Packers. You've got the Ravens, Bills, Chiefs, Chargers, Vikings, and Bears. Those type games stand out. We're not going to get into those. I've not made any wagers on those. But for this game here tonight, those are my picks. Kim, do you have anything on that?
Yeah, I've actually got a little 5-leg parlay that I did for the game tonight. I did all alternates. I'm taking CD for 6 receptions. I think his line's 6.5. I don't think it's really going to be a split decision between him and Pickens. I think one or the other is going to get the ball a lot tonight. And I'm going with CD. I think CD is going to get 6 receptions. I am taking Devontae Smith for 40 yards. He's kind of that receiver that creates space. I think if he creates enough space, he could get 1 reception for 40 yards, or he could get 3 for 40 yards. I have no idea, but I'm taking him for 40 yards. I am taking Barkley for over 114.5 rushing and receiving yards. As you know, he usually averages about 3 or 4 receptions a game, and he gets quite a few receiving yards as well. I'm taking Dak for 220 passing yards alternate, and I'm taking CD for an anytime touchdown today.
Nice.
These teams are like total opposite. It's like Eagles are like run heavy, and like you said, the Cowboys, they are going to be throwing it all over
Yep.
the yard.
They will.
And look, I haven't made any bets. I haven't made any wagers or anything, but my biggest lock of the night would have to be Jake Ferguson over 3.5 receptions. He averaged 4.2 last year. I don't know. That's my biggest lock, and I think that probably Barkley rushing yards. It's sitting at 94.5. But I do like that 114.5 rushing plus receiving. I do like that. So that would probably be my 2 locks for the night.
Nice. Well, and we agree on Ferguson. Of course, I had him at 3.6. Stats were probably wrong. If he's had over 4 receptions last year average, I definitely like the 3.5.
Do you think them
Ferguson
adding another weapon will take from Ferguson? Pickens? Do you think that would take away?
I mean, it could.
No, because I think they're going to throw the ball so much.
That's what I started to say. It could if they, they're going to be so pass heavy. I really believe that Dallas is probably going to throw the ball 65% of the time this year, or more. I just do. I don't see them. They have a mediocre back. They do, and that's the one weakness that they have. And I'm not now. Williams could come out and blow the doors down and surprise everybody. We don't know. He may do that in a new system. That's the beautiful thing about when players go to new teams. Sometimes they thrive. They find their place and they thrive, and maybe that's what he does there. But I don't see it. I believe that he will be their back will be a threat out of the backfield catching the ball, because I think this is the year Dak will throw and throw and throw and throw. That's what he's going to do. They've got the weapons to do it. They can spread it all over the field. But I agree, it could take away from Ferguson, but I think they'll throw the ball so much that it's not going to really matter. So that's really my take on it. But
yeah, it's kind of like the
Javonte Williams.
Kind of like the Bengals, though. I mean,
Javonte Williams averaged 3 receptions last year in Denver.
And what will he do in Dallas? I mean, think about that, because I mean he's probably going to be targeted a lot. I mean, that's something to watch. I love taking running backs for receptions. I do that. Sometimes I'll just do a parlay, nothing but running backs, catching the ball out of the backfield. And he will be one to keep an eye on moving forward for that. And I guarantee you, tonight, you watch and see. If he don't have 3.5, 4 receptions, he'll go over that 3.5 reception mark tonight. I guarantee it. That's something I don't even have down, and I really need to. I may go in there and alter mine and put him on there. But yeah, it's going to be a good game tonight. It's honestly to start the season. Again, we all have our teams. I'm a Raider fan. Obviously, Cameron is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan there with his background being Steeler Stadium there. And then, of course, Colby does have a Bengals shirt on there. And we're all rooting for our respected teams. But and realistically, I mean, real quick, we don't have to go long on it. But what do you feel for your team is a good season this year? And where do you see your team truly, I mean, honestly, if it's Super Bowl, say Super Bowl. but where do you see your team ending up at the end of this season?
I think it's going to be the same, about 10 wins, 9-10 wins, winning season, and losing the wild card, or don't even, you know what I mean? Like it's every year. I hope we make a run, go to the Super Bowl, but I think it's going to be
Super Bowl or
I think it's
bust.
going to be a 10-win season.
You don't
Maybe
think that they
led.
did? You don't think they did enough in the offseason to get over the hump?
Nope.
No.
I like Aaron Rodgers, man. I just don't think he's the answer. I hope he does go on one last hoorah, take us to the Super Bowl. I really, really do. And if Will Howard's our plan to be the franchise quarterback, he can learn under him for a year and everything. But I don't know, just my opinion, my thoughts. I'm thinking another 10-win season and get in the wild card.
But listen, I know you got Kroger brand A-Rod, but I'm telling you right now, I think he'll do something this year.
I hope
One last
you're
hurrah.
right.
We know he's got it in him.
I mean, he ain't gonna be vintage. It ain't gonna be vintage A-Rod, but I think he'll be good enough.
I hope.
We'll see. That's we'll learn a lot Sunday. Now, Colby, you said Super Bowl or bust. Is that really how you feel?
No, I was joking. I do think that they could win it, but dude, that defense, so many question marks on their defense. If I had to be realistic, I'd say 11-6. Because I think the offense, they went 9-8 last year, and look how bad they was on defense. So I think they can pull out 2 more wins this year and get in the playoff. But that division's so tough. Even the Browns, I don't think the Browns will be any good this year, but they got Myles Garrett. I mean, and Joe Burrow has always struggled against Cleveland. That's what I'm worried about this weekend. He has always struggled against Cleveland since he's been in Cincinnati.
The Steelers struggle out the gate
that division's
anyway.
crazy.
Always.
Yeah.
Well,
but I think a healthy T. Higgins, and I think Jamar Chase is Jamar Chase, and Joe Burrow's Joe Burrow. I think that they can win 11 games.
Well, as you know, I'm putting a lot of stock in my Raiders this year. I know no one else is. I've looked at pretty much every prediction on the planet, and nobody predicts the Raiders to have a winning season. Nobody predicts the Raiders to even sniff at that division, and I get it. It's a very tough division we play in. I do like the Raiders to sneak into the playoffs. I do think we can win 10 games. I know it's crazy, but we've revamped everything, and I didn't really care for what I saw out of Ashton Genty in the preseason, but it's preseason for a reason. He only had a handful of carries. I don't think it's really a telling sign of what he can do or what he will do. So I do put a lot of stock in him as a running back, and again, if he succeeds, I think if he succeeds, the Raiders as a whole will succeed. Of course, I like Pete Carroll as a coach. He's won everywhere he's been, and we'll see. I don't know. I don't have until I see what we look like in a real game, and I get a real feel of it. It's hard for me to say, but I'm really hopeful for a 10-win season and for us to sneak into the playoffs. And hopefully we don't play the Bengals. And I say that because last time we played the Bengals, I say it every time, they got cheated. We got wronged. That inherent whistle, I've showed it to you all. You can go look it up. It was blown, and the Raiders got cheated out of a playoff game, and that's just the way it is. So I just hope we play somebody other than the Bengals in the playoffs. Then again, I'd like to see that so I could see the Bengals lose to the Raiders, and then I could rub that in Kobe's face. So, or the Steelers, But that being said, though, those are our hopes, I guess. None of us are Super Bowl hopefuls, I guess you would say. But, when you get in the playoffs, should you make the playoffs, we know anything can happen. And, of course, I like of the 3 teams, should all 3 of our teams make the playoffs, I like the Bengals because of Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. And they don't have much of a defense, but they have plenty of offense, and we know they're going to be an offensive juggernaut yet again this year. So I like them, if they were to make the playoffs, to actually make a run potentially to a Super Bowl. Now, again, we're all hopeful. So with that,
wins championships.
It does. And, the thing is Pittsburgh's always defensively sound. So I don't know what their defense looks like this year, but they've been historically, they've been pretty dominant. So now my Raiders, I can't say that. We haven't had a defense much outside of Max Crosby. I really don't know what else we bring to the table. So hopefully we all make the playoffs, and we're battling it out against each other at the end of the season. So that's our hope. Aside from that, we have the Lions to Packers game this weekend that we were going to talk about, which is a very intriguing game. Do you all have any thoughts on that game specifically? Which way do you see that one going?
Well, the Lions is my Super Bowl prediction. So I think they're going to come out of the gate,
Same.
ready to roll. But it is division. It is the divisional game, and the Packers ain't no slouch. I do not know if Micah Parsons is playing. Isn't he hurt? I'm pretty sure he has like a fracture or something in his back, and they said something about him needing, I don't know, it may have been fake. I'm pretty sure he's hurt though.
I'm reading it now. It says he might need a back injection to play. So yeah, apparently there is some. He has a joint sprain of some sort. So yeah, you're right. He may or may not play in that game. That's big. I mean, if he doesn't play, obviously that's a big deal. I think the Packers
Packers are favored in that game. By the way.
I think Amon-Ra, he's great. He is. But you know who I think is going to have a breakout season this year? Jameson Williams. I think he's going to have a good year this year. A really good year. Like, it's going to put him on the map.
He'll be a 1,000-yard receiver.
Well, yeah.
Of course, you got Gibbs. I mean, they still have Montgomery, right?
Montgomery, Laporta.
Yeah, Laporta. The Packers, I don't know what's going on with their receiving core. I mean, they kind of seem, I don't know, they don't really have that guy. It's kind of all over the place, really inconsistent, I feel like.
Well, I mean, they don't. I mean, I'm looking, they really don't have a, you got Jacobs out of the backfield, which is phenomenal. Tucker Kraft, he's no slouch, but
I like him. He's my fantasy tight end. I think he'll be pretty good.
Yep.
He's pretty young too.
They got that Matthew Golden.
Oh yeah,
played at Texas last year.
I don't know. They just feel really inconsistent when it comes to receiver depth. Like, I believe they got that Jaden Reed. Is that right?
Yes.
I think they got someone.
I'm trying to think. They have Reed. They have Golden. They have Romeo Doubs.
They got that Wicks.
Wicks.
There was someone else. There's somebody that was supposed to be their guy, and I don't think he ended up panning out, and I can't remember. I'm trying to think of his name. Is it Christian Watson? Is that who it is?
Yeah, that may be him. Yeah. What do you think about Jordan Love? Do you like Jordan Love? Do you think he's?
I love Jordan Love. Yeah, I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's a franchise quarterback. He did learn under Aaron Rodgers for a time. I mean, I think, a lot of people don't have him high up there and everything, but I don't know. I think he's solid. I really do.
Let's talk about that division.
My
division's
opinion,
tough.
it's the toughest division right now. I know everyone says the AFC North.
I mean,
but the NFC North is, my opinion, the toughest division right now as we speak.
The thing that puts the NFC North ahead of the AFC North is I think the Bears are better than the Browns.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
But, I mean, you got the Lions,
you got the
Packers,
Vikings,
and
Packers
Vikings
and the Lions,
all battling it
and I don't think that the Vikings will be as good as they was last year, but I think they're still going to be a playoff.
What do you think about J.J. McCarthy?
I think they still make the playoffs.
You think he'll be that guy this year, or you think he'll kind of
No, I think he'll
learning the ropes?
I mean, I feel like I could get the ball to Justin Jefferson. So
well, they did bring Adam Thielen back.
The ball to Justin Jefferson.
They got some depth. They got Adam Thielen.
Did they?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they got Adam Thielen from the Panthers, and they got that. What's his name? Jordan Addison, and of course
Addison. Yeah,
Jordan Addison.
Justin Jefferson.
He's suspended, I think.
Oh, is he?
I think I read.
So he's got
4 games.
He's got no shortage of weapons. That's for sure. Not to mention he's got Hawkinson.
I don't think he'll be terrible. I think he'll be good. I
think he'll struggle a little bit out the gate. I agree. I think he'll struggle a little bit. I don't think he'll come flat out just balling out. I think he'll
a team
get used to it.
A team out of that division that obviously it's the lower of all the teams. Most people's not talking about the Bears very much. I don't know. I think the Bears are a huge question mark. They've got some talent. I mean, if you look at the roster, they've got Swift at running back. They've got DJ Moore at wide receiver. They've got Rome. They've got Luther Burden. I think Luther Burden. And, of course, you guys, you want my Luther Burden out of my fantasy. I know you do. Everybody wants him. He's sitting there, but you can't have him.
I think Swift is going to have a really great year this year. I think Swift's going to be that guy. I think the Bears could surprise some teams this year. I mean, I think that they're good enough to play really good football. I do. Yeah, I think Caleb Williams will have a better year this year as well.
So that
I think he'll have a better year under Ben Johnson, but I still think he'll struggle because it's a new system. I mean, that's the thing with me is they got a new coach, so I think they'll be better. But that new system, I heard some things that Caleb Williams was struggling in training camp with trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I think we all agree, though, that the division are we all in agreement that the Lions take that division?
You're talking about,
yes.
Yeah,
you think
absolutely.
The Lions win?
The Lions win. They're my Super Bowl pick. I generally think they're going to make a run.
I think the Lions win 14, 15 games.
Yeah, well, and again, the Lions are that's my Super Bowl pick too. I mean, I really think that
we all have we all have the same pick for the Super Bowl. I've already got it locked in on DraftKings.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they should. Okay, they should have already won one.
So the question is, who are they beating in the Super Bowl? Who do y'all have?
Yeah, so let's go ahead and do our Super Bowl pick. We all got the Lions winning. Who's going to get on the AFC side?
I think a popular pick's the Bills, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not sold on the Bills, and I love.
Of course, you can't write Patrick Mahomes out.
Hey, well, I can. Right here, I can.
You can't write him out.
I can't stand that little guy. I can't stand him. Sorry, Patrick. I can't. He's ruined my years, dude. I'm tired. It's time for him to leave.
I mean, let's think about all the AFC contenders here. You've got the Chiefs, the Bills, the Ravens, the Bengals. Me personally, I think the Steelers can be a contender. As long as they play their cards right and Aaron Rodgers comes out and does what he's supposed to do. Who else we got here? That's contenders.
I wouldn't throw the Dolphins in there.
No, I wouldn't.
Texans, man. I'm telling you, I think they win that division. That division's weak.
You pretty much
CJ Stroud, man.
CJ
Stroud's going to have a great year this year. I'm telling you. He went into that little sophomore slump. I didn't say he did bad, but he kind of went into that little sophomore slump there, and he's going to have a great year this year.
You've pretty much named the teams that most people believe are going to contend for the Super Bowl. The Ravens, the Bills, and the Chiefs. And honestly, out of those three teams, I like the Ravens best. I could see Detroit and Baltimore playing it out for
my personal opinion. I think it'll be the Bills or Ravens. I think one of those two quarterbacks, Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, are finally gonna obviously have the Lions beating them in the Super Bowl, but they're finally gonna reach that peak. They're gonna get there. I think it'll be the Bills or Ravens this year. But if I had to guess, I really think it'll be the Bills. Lions,
Detroit
Bills.
over Baltimore.
Lions, Bills.
Who do you have, Colby?
Detroit over Baltimore.
See,
it's my pick for the Super Bowl.
So there we go. We've got two on Detroit, Baltimore. That's the same as mine. And Cameron thinks Detroit and Buffalo, with we all three thinking Detroit wins the Super Bowl. I don't even think Detroit's the favorite for the Super Bowl. You know, I think it's the Ravens on most places, which is strange. I don't know how Detroit's not. I mean, I don't know what it is. They've got such a good team. They've had some bad luck. You know, last year, you know, they had Montgomery went down. I know he came back, but it just didn't feel the same. Hopefully,
who is considered RB1? I'm assuming Gibbs, right?
Gibbs, yeah, which is phenomenal back.
Yeah.
Until you get inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah. Well, and that's why you have
always take Montgomery for an anytime touchdown. That's all I'm gonna say.
Always.
Because Gibbs will get you down there, and then Montgomery powers it in.
Yep. Yep, he does.
But no, you're talking about the favorites. On DraftKings, Buffalo and Baltimore are tied, both plus 600 to win it.
Okay. So Detroit's not even. What are they? Third? Fourth?
No, they're plus 14. They're plus 1,400. They're like 6.
Wow, we're taking.
The Packers have better odds now to win it since the Parsons trade.
Lock it in now.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good odds on a team that really has the potential to win the Super Bowl. And I think they win it this year. I really do. I'm excited. You know, if I weren't a Raider fan and I really like a hardcore stick to just one team, I would be a Detroit fan. I like Detroit. I like their coach. I like what they do. Hard nosed. They just seem, I don't know. And it's something about Detroit winning, you know, even in baseball this year. I mean, I've enjoyed watching, you know, them do what they're doing. And I like seeing Detroit. It's good for our nation if Detroit's doing well in sports for whatever reason. They sucked my whole life, literally, growing up.
Now they just need the Pistons to catch up.
Yeah, the Pistons aren't. You know, and that's, you know, I say it's good for, but I don't like the Pistons at all. I ain't liked them since they were the bad boys.
You didn't like the bad boys?
Like them.
You didn't like
I
the
did
bad
not
boys?
care for them whatsoever. So, you know, I watched more NBA this past year than I've watched in my entire life. And I really enjoyed watching one team more than any team, and that was the Pacers. And I'll probably be a Pacer fan. Just the way it is.
Waging on it definitely does that to you.
It does. It does. It does. And I loved the betting aspect of the NBA. It was so much fun. But now, of course, football season, that's where it really thrives. We're all excited about delving into this season. We've got, speaking of our Super Bowl picks, Ravens, Bills, for the AFC. We talked about those two teams. They play each other week 1. What do you all think about that one?
It's gonna be a great game.
Good game, man.
Very great game. As you know, I think Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson do exactly what they're supposed to do. They're just those guys. The Bills receiving core. Who's their main receiver? Do they have depth there?
Probably Shakir. I'd say
Keon Coleman. I think Keon Coleman's going to have a good year.
Coleman, yeah. I believe he'll have a great year this year.
Lamar, the Ravens are run heavy. Obviously, Zay Flowers. I looked at a stat that said I can't remember exactly how many touchdowns, but out of all their touchdowns last year, passing touchdowns, Zay Flowers, wide receiver 1, only had 4 of those.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They're so run heavy.
Yep. Which is honestly, that's crazy because Flowers is such a pivotal part of their game. And you'd think he'd have way more touches down there in the red zone, but more targets. But I like that game to be just a juggernaut of a game. I think that it'll be a high scoring affair. I don't think it's going to be, no 17-10 game. I think it'll be, up there in the 30s.
It might end up like Texas Ohio State, though. You better be careful.
It could. That Texas Ohio State game shocked everybody. It really did. I'm not talking about the outcome.
Those are two pretty good defenses. Ravens is projected. It's between them and the Steelers being the best defense this year. The Ravens are right there.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's like we did, like the college football season when it started. We made our predictions, and again, a lot of that just did not pan out. And it's not that we're terrible at picking. It's the truth is, especially in college. Now, I think NFL is a little more predictable than college. College, since Neil's come along and the way that everything is structured now and how teams turn over the way that they do, it's about impossible to predict. It really is. Well,
let's be fair. A lot of those games were pick'ems. Clemson, LSU,
Week 1,
Ohio State, Texas. They were
Week 1's always a huge guess anyway. You don't know what to expect, even in the NFL.
You know what the biggest surprise to me was? We're on their college kick right now. You know what the biggest surprise was? TCU blowing North Carolina out. That was the biggest surprise to me.
Big disappointment.
I could not believe that
disappointment
happened.
For Belichick's debut.
They come in there and just beat them down.
Yeah, that was not the debut that Bill Belichick hoped for.
Of course, I was very impressed with Miami and Carson Beck. I did not expect Alabama to get beat like that. I guess Florida State.
Actually, that would probably be the biggest surprise.
I guess Florida State is who they say they are, or Alabama ain't that good. I don't know which one it is, honestly.
I think it's more Florida State.
I don't think DeBoer.
I do.
That's how you pronounce his name. I don't think he's the answer.
No.
I think they'll move on from him if they have an 8-4 season this year. Honestly,
and they'll have an 8-4 season this year. I bet. No, that's my bet. I do think Florida State's better than what anybody thought they'd be. Their coach obviously deserves credit for turning them around from what they were last year. Nobody could have predicted that they would handle Alabama the way that they did. It blew my mind, literally. I was just in complete shock the whole time. Watching it happen, I was like, oh, I can't believe this. But that also, I've seen some things. I don't know if you all have seen it or not, but about Alabama's Neil Fund. Crazy enough, in comparison,
hold on a second. Are you saying Neil?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's calling NIL Neil.
Okay. Took me a minute to catch on there.
Yeah, their funding for pretty much what we know now is buying players. I mean, that's what it is. It's legal. You know, their funding apparently is not what it was supposed to be, like what most people think it should be. It's like Kentucky basketball. We have, I think, one of the highest NILs that there is, NILs, if you will, that there is. And Alabama, in comparison, is supposed to be right there with us, you know, for the football programs. And I saw yesterday that there's a big deal about that they don't have the funds that people thought that they would have. And that's a lot of the problem that they're having is they couldn't get the types of players that they wanted because they didn't have the funds to do it. Now, that might just be, you know, them making up excuses for what transpired. I will say that I believe everything starts with their coach. I don't, like you said, I don't think he's the answer. And I truly believe that though before the season's over with, he'll be out of there, out of Tuscaloosa. They're already trying to run him out. And, you know, then again, one game does not define a season. So
That's true.
Texas is not done. You know, we know they're more than capable of winning a lot of games.
I don't think Clemson is done either.
Look for Dabo.
I do think that LSU is better than I probably gave them credit for, and I'm probably going to take back my Heisman pick. I don't know. I just don't think Klubnik will be a finalist this year. Now that I've seen him,
better cash it out, big boy.
They're probably suspended.
Well, my Heisman pick is doing well. Nussmeier is doing fantastic, and Colb's Mateer is looking pretty good. I saw some.
He's at the top of the list, is he not?
Oh yeah, dude. Hey, he already. I don't care who they played. He already broke Baker's Oklahoma passing yard record for a game debut.
I will watch them in Neyland this year get beat down by Tennessee.
I will say that the Joey Aguilar, he actually impressed me probably as much as any quarterback that I saw this past weekend. And that's hard for me to say because I was sending you all texts, you know, saying I can't believe, you know, ultimately how good. Of course, it didn't turn out as well. Tennessee should have blew them out, and they just kind of let them hang in there. So this is a shout out to Zoe for saying that Tennessee's defense is pretty much impenetrable, which is absolutely not true. It's just not. And I hope he sees this because the truth is their defense made that game a lot closer than it needed to be. Tennessee, offensively, I think Tennessee looked as good as anybody that I saw play on Saturday. I do think that Miami.
I was surprised.
I
was pretty impressed.
That Miami Notre Dame game, I still believe Notre Dame's a player. I think they're good. They battled back in that game to make it a game and ultimately lost by 3. But you know, of course, I'm a Notre Dame fan. You know, outside of being a Cats fan, so that was hard for me to watch. But I was very happy to see LSU get that win over Clemson. I think that was. To me, for me personally, I think that was the biggest win of the entire weekend. I know Florida State shocking Alabama is obviously the talk of the world, but I believe as far as real playoff contenders that potentially could win this national championship, LSU, I think, went and played Clemson. And I mean, it just, their defense looked really, really good. It looked like LSU of old. It looked like, you know, they just looked good. I don't know. It felt right.
Chris.
So I'll say this. Brian Kelly still got 11 games.
Chris, Texas's offense, do you think it was on Arch or the offense coordinator, head coach, the coaching staff? Who's it on?
Sark.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I've not been super high on Arch. You know, I've not, and it's not because I'm not trying to hate on him or anything. He's a Manning. He's probably going to be just fine. I don't think that. I won't say he's not ready. I just think it'll probably be 4 or 5 games into the season before you see what people really want to see out of Arch Manning. He looked, and again, they're playing Ohio State. So, the defense there with Ohio State is clearly stellar.
Pretty sure that was his first away game.
Right. So he looked discombobulated. I mean, he looked, he was throwing off his back foot a lot. I don't know if y'all saw him he's sidearming it. And that's not the way he throws. Huh?
I did notice that.
Did you notice that? I saw several passes that he's just like he was just throwing sidearm, and I mean it just looked weird, he looked like he just didn't know what he was doing and he was just hoping to get rid of the ball. That was I don't know.
Jitters in the shoe, tough game.
Now he's going to have killer games, he is, but I do think that it'll take him 4 or 5 games to get in there. They might win those 4 or 5 games. They may win out. They have the talent there, but Ohio State's not a terrible team to lose to. Let's just say that. I mean, they're just not. And
Ohio State is my pick right now for the Natty. I've seen it.
I still like LSU. I mean, we'll see. Obviously, there's a lot of season left, and
I'm still going to roll with Clemson at 14-1.
There you go. So there's our little segment of college football talk back
to NFL. Back to NFL. We got way off.
That's okay. It's all right. I had them down here.
You know what? This is a sports talk. Let's just talk.
That's true. I mean, it's hard not to talk about Saturday's games. It was really, really good. Of course, I didn't get to catch a lot of it. Obviously, I was out of town. I was in the mountains. I watched what I could, saw all the highlights I could, but so I didn't really get to experience it fully. I watched the LSU Clemson game because I was in the hotel and I was able to watch it. So, and that was like literally so much fun to watch. But the Notre Dame game was not so much fun to watch. I will say that. But moving on, we've got. Did we ever say who we thought was going to win that Ravens-Bills game?
I'm going to go with the Bills.
You've got the Bills winning.
I know I got Baltimore winning, or not winning Super Bowl, but winning the AFC. But I'm going to go with the Bills.
You're going to go with the Bills?
I think they beat them.
Is it in Buffalo? Okay.
Yep.
Well, and that's
I think it'll be a close game.
That's a factor for me. Obviously, I think they're having the home field advantage is probably what might put them over the edge. I too probably go with the Bills to win that game. So we're in agreement on that. The Chiefs-Chargers game, I wish both teams could lose, obviously, because they're in my Raiders division, and I really wish they both just lose the game or tie or something. But that's not probably going to happen.
I'm going to go with the Chargers.
I hope you're right. I really do.
Well, there's no home field. It's in Brazil.
Oh, yeah, it is the Brazil game, man.
Brazil game, no home field advantage. I'll just throw it out there, and I know you ain't going to probably agree, but as far as just quarterbacks go, I'm talking just being a quarterback. I like Herbert over Mahomes. I do. I know what Mahomes has done. I've seen it. I mean, God knows, we all know. But I think Justin Herbert is probably the better overall quarterback. I do. He just hasn't had the better overall teams, and I believe that.
I don't think that, but I do think Justin Herbert is solid.
It's crazy to say.
That is diabolical.
I love Herbert. I'm a Herbie guy. I love him. But man, saying he's better.
You can't down Patrick Mahomes, man. I'm not a Patrick Mahomes guy either at all. But Patrick Mahomes has proved he is way better than Justin Herbert. I think Justin Herbert.
I will say Mahomes has just had the better.
He's had the better teams. That's the truth. And I don't really know what the Chargers bring to the table this year.
They did
They've
get
got
Keenan Allen back.
They've got Allen. They've got McConkey. They've got
McConkey. Yeah, the McConkey's he's that guy.
of course they've got Khalil Mack on defense. He's still Khalil Mack. So I don't. Look, I think the Chiefs are on their way down. And I know, again, it's crazy. They're still picked to be one of the Super Bowl contenders this year. I believe that division is that the other teams in the division are catching up with the Chiefs. And I truly believe that
they were in the Super Bowl last year.
I don't care.
Despite what happened, they were in the Super Bowl a year ago.
I know.
As soon as you say the Chiefs are on their way down, they're going to win the Super Bowl. Watch.
Okay. Well, I believe they're on their way down. I don't think that Kelsey's going to be. I think he needs to retire and go off and live on an island with Taylor. Okay, that's what he needs to do. It's it. I don't want to hear about it anymore.
I can't wait. I can't wait till this.
I don't care that
they're definitely going to. They're definitely going to talk about Kelsey and Taylor Swift.
Yes,
sure.
That's all you're going to see.
If she's there, they're going to show her about 5 times at least.
I wish she would go on tour.
Oh, she'll be there.
I wish she'd go on tour this entire NFL season and stay on tour. Seriously, I'm tired of seeing the Kelsey Taylor Swift talk. You think that Kelsey will take her last name?
No, I think they'll keep their own last name.
You think so?
Yeah.
Taylor Kelsey, you don't think Travis Swift? Yeah. Well, all right. So I like in that game. I do like the Chargers. I'm hoping for the Chargers to win that game. That's more of a hope. I really hope the Chiefs get off to an 0-16 start this year and they don't recover. You know what I'm saying? That's my hope. I do not like the Chiefs at all. So, Chargers for you, Cameron?
Yeah, I'm going with the Chargers.
Colby, who you going with my homie? You my homie?
I'm going to go with the Chiefs, man. Yeah, I'm going with my homie. I'm with my homie.
All right. Well, we've got one more game. That's the Vikings and the Bears. And that's our Monday night game, right?
Yeah.
Is that Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Monday night game.
So you've got
this one's a tough one.
You got Caleb Williams, obviously, but you also have J.J. McCarthy, who hasn't had much experience in the NFL as well. But also he's got a great receiving core.
You know what? I'm going to go with a surprise pick. Bears win Monday night. I'm going with it. I think they beat the Vikings. It's in Chicago. I don't know. Something's telling me. I don't have any reason, stat-wise, to pick the Bears. I'm just going by gut. I think the Bears win.
Yeah,
I'm going to take the Bears as well.
Really? Well, I am too. So we're all in agreement on that. I don't know. I just feel like that. I feel like there's something there. Like I said, I really believe that Luther Burden's going to be a star in Chicago.
J.J. McCarthy will show flashes, though. I think he'll do all right. I don't think he'll come out, blow everyone's mind, but I think he'll be all right.
Well, that's obviously to be determined. We'll see. I don't know. He's got the weapons.
Yeah, you got Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Adam Thielen, and Hawkinson.
All right. I got you a topic. Who leads the league in receiving this year?
Jamar Chase.
As much as I want to say Jamar Chase, I don't think he will, because I think if T. Higgins stays healthy, his numbers will come down a little bit. But I still think it'll be great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say I'll probably go with Jamar Chase too, because I simply don't know what to expect for Justin Jefferson. you don't know what to expect. I mean, he's going to be there. He's going to be, but I don't know how well McCarthy's going to be able to.
But not only that, I mean, he's competing with Thielen a little bit, Jordan Addison, Hawkinson, but I mean, he's still going to get his targets. He's still, at the end of the day, he's still going to be Justin Jefferson.
And they like to run the ball. Minnesota. You've got Cincinnati, super pass heavy. I mean, they're going to be again this year. I mean, who they have? Who's Cincinnati have at running back? Brown.
Chase Brown.
Yeah.
And he's not terrible, but they're not going to. They're not going to run the ball. I mean, they're
pass heavy anyway.
Yeah.
But if I could name someone not Jamar Chase, you know who I'd pick? CD Lamb.
That's literally my pick.
And you might be right there.
If he stays healthy, I think CD Lamb can lead the league in.
You very well.
Not really every category, but
no Triple Crown or anything.
I'm talking just yards. I'm talking yards.
And again, with Dallas being, they're going to be pass heavy. I cannot wait for that game tonight because I'm serious. They're going to just toss the ball around. I mean, if they can, obviously, if he can find open guys, it's untelling. I'd say Dak goes for 300 yards tonight. And that's bold, but I really do think he does. He throws for 300 yards somewhere in that neighborhood. And because those are the types of games that you're going to be seeing Dallas play, that's how they're going to play. It wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for CeeDee Lamb to – the only way CeeDee Lamb's not at the top of the list, potentially being number one, is if Pickens really takes a lot of that load, which I think he takes some of that load.
I think he'll take some of it, but I think CD's still that guy. He's still going to be the main target. He's still going to get his.
I do like a few. I mean, I'm not saying these are the guys that I'm going with, but I like Nico Collins. I was
going to say Nico.
I like Drake London, potentially, for someone who could, he's good. I mean, there's no question he's good. I don't know. I don't think outside of I'd love to throw Devontae Adams in there, but I haven't seen the real Devontae Adams in years. Even when he was at the Raiders, he wasn't, and then he moved on with Aaron Rodgers out there, and he didn't really do a whole lot there. So I don't really know what he's going to do, but we know what he can do. And if he's in the system where he gets targets and makes the catches, he could easily be right there at the top of the list. So there's a number of guys. And I know I'm going to throw one out there that y'all are going to laugh at. Here he comes.
Do not say Scary Terry.
Scary Terry McLaurin. And I like him. I'm telling you.
I like him too, Chris. I like him too. I promise you. I like Terry McLaurin. But
I know you do. You want him off my fantasy.
Bro has never broke over 1,200 yards, and he's been in the league for like 7 years. I don't see it. He's good. I just don't think he can lead the league.
He's great, but I'm telling you, he's so inconsistent, Chris. And like Colby said, he's never even broke 1,200 yards ever in his entire NFL career, and you think it's just dramatically going to change.
I know, but I've given you the stats before, and I'll give them to you again. He does not get the looks. He doesn't. Again, if throw Terry McLaurin on Joe Burrow's team and put him at wide receiver number one.
And he'll be a 1,400-yard receiver. He'll be a 1,400-yard receiver.
I don't know. I'd say he might.
I'll give him that. He'll break his own record.
Well,
I'm going to say it. Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson will be the first 2,000-yard receiver in NFL history. One of them two.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's terribly. I mean, that's not too bold.
That's pretty bold. That ain't never happened. And we've had Calvin Johnsons, Randy Mosses, and Jerry Rice's in the league.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it happens this year because I love records being broken, and I'm all for that. So, of course, those teams will probably be doing real well if those receivers are hitting 2,000 yards. So, Very doable. Um,
Okay, who wins MVP this year? Who's your MVP pick?
well,
Oh,
I'm gonna go with my boy. You know, Joe Burrow.
of course.
Joe Burrow's winning the MVP. Of course, he's already predicted to win the MVP. He should have won it last year. He had better numbers than Josh Allen. The only reason he didn't is because he didn't make the playoff. And I still think to this day the MVP shouldn't determine whether you make the playoff or
it's the
not.
most
I think it's the
valuable
dumbest
player
thing.
award.
It's not the most who makes the playoff award. It's the most valuable player, and he had better numbers than Josh Allen. I love Josh Allen, but I'm telling you, Joe Burrow deserved that MVP last year, and I think he wins it this year.
I'm gonna go with the two quarterbacks that I anticipate being in the Super Bowl: Jared Goff and Lamar Jackson. I'm gonna say that one of those two, and that's I'm gonna stick with those two.
If Lamar wins another MVP, it's wraps. He's the best player to ever live. He's already got like 3.
I know he's
I mean, hold on.
he
let me
needs a
fact
Super
check
Bowl.
that, but I'm pretty sure he's won it. He's won at least 2.
This question caught me off guard. I don't have one yet, to be completely honest with you.
Okay, he's won 2 MVPs. I thought it was 3, but he's won 2. So if he wins a third one, I mean, we're going to be talking about Lamar Jackson maybe in the GOAT conversation.
Did I like Jared Goff has got some really, really good numbers. I don't know. I mean, he passed for 4,600 yards last year.
He's not bad. He's not bad at all.
72% completion rate, 37 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. I mean, that's pretty darn good. And I think he improves on that this year. So,
well, yeah, if they are as good as we think they will be, like they was last year, and he has those top numbers, I could see Jared Goff winning MVP.
well, it's kind of strange because you don't really. I mean, I've hardly seen his name tossed around. I mean, we're talking about his team, him leading his team to a Super Bowl, and we all three agree that's probably what will happen. But that name don't even not really mentioned much, and I would love to have a Jared Goff as the Raiders quarterback.
I'm kind of circling 3 guys here. It's Josh Allen,
here's your
Lamar Jackson,
top 5,
or Joe Burrow is probably my picks.
Here's your top 5 top picks for the MVP, like on DraftKings. Lamar Jackson's number 1. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow's tied at number 2. Patrick Mahomes, Jaden Daniels.
I can see Jaden Daniels.
That's your top 5. Like odd-wise.
I like that Jaden Daniels throw in there. I think Jaden Daniels looked superb last year. He's only probably going to improve this year. I mean, I don't know. I could see that. But I do like Jared Goff, and I like Lamar Jackson. Those are my 2 picks. Cameron, you're going with Joe Burrow.
I think, yeah, if I had to pick from those 3, Joe Burrow.
You know who's 6
Jordan Love
on the list? Jordan Love.
Really?
For MVP, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, he's plus 1,600, but there's a big gap between 5 and 6 as far as odds go.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels is plus 850, and Jordan Love's plus 1,600. And then Justin Herbert's right.
I'm not saying
Jaden
Daniels will have a down year this year, but I think he'll enter a little slump there.
Oh, you're predicting a little sophomore slump?
Yeah. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, and I'm not saying he won't have a good year. I'm just saying he's going to kind of do what C.J. Stroud did. He won't have as good of a year. Therefore, he won't be in the MVP talks. I love Jordan Love, and I don't think he'll be in the MVP talks. Saquon, I think he
Chris,
won't have as good of a year.
If you think Jared Goff's on there, you can get him at plus 3,000 right now. Go ahead.
I'll probably take him.
Hammer it.
I'll probably hammer it when we get done here and just put him in there and bet the farm on it and win it because he's winning the Super Bowl this year. And I think if he does what he can do, leading them to a Super Bowl, that they may as well just give him the MVP because he deserves it. And that's just the truth. Now, I will tell you that Jaden Daniels is not going to have a sophomore slump. That Scary Terry.
You're only saying that because you want Terry McLaurin to get 1,800 yards, and it's not going to happen.
Watch.
It's not going to happen. I promise you. 1,000-yard receiver, yes. Not a 1,200-yard receiver.
Oh, well, we're in for a treat because it all
he'll
starts
be anywhere from 1,000 to 1,100. That's where he'll be at.
We'll see.
I'll predict him 12. I think he'll break the 12 mark.
Good. See? Now.
But the difference is, Chris.
You're comparing him.
You're trying to say he could lead the league, and we're talking 15, 16, 17.
We're not saying he's a bad receiver.
He ain't doing that.
But you're comparing him to Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson.
I don't think that he's going to lead the league in receiving with Washington. Or, excuse me, with Jaden Daniels at quarterback. And here's why. Number one, they love to run Jaden Daniels too much. And they do. They're gonna run that man silly this year. And you watch and see. I just don't think that they're pass heavy enough to where he could actually. I think he has the potential, is what I'm saying, if he were on the right team. If he's on a team that throws the ball 65, 66, 67% of the time, you say 1,400 yards. I think he could get 1,700 yards or more. I do. And is that still –
I don't think Washington will run Jaden Daniels silly because I think they learned their lesson with RG3.
I don't know. He seemed like that's all he did last year was run. Did he not run a lot last year?
He'll run. I'm not saying he won't run. I'm just saying they won't design runs with him. I mean, they will design runs with him, but not like I don't think they'll go crazy with it because they don't want him to end up like another RG3.
I mean, he almost had 1,000 yards rushing
last year. I think they learned their lesson there.
Jaden did.
Did he?
Yeah. He had 891 yards rushing. So for me, I think that it just takes away from so much of their passing game. I mean, it just does, and you're not going to utilize a Terry McLaurin as much. So no, he's probably never going to win the MVP or do anything crazy, silly like that because he's just not in the system to do it.
What did you say the percentage was they pass it? Was it like
52%?
It'll be more this year.
I'm hoping
because they don't have a back. They don't have a back.
Yeah.
They'll pass it at least 60% of the time because they got Austin Eckler, and he is not no downhill, workhorse. I mean, they lost Brian Robertson Jr., so I think they'll be a little more passive.
I hope they are, and they're right there will at least, of course, I hope they use Eckler because he's a.
So you know what? I'll give it to you. Scary Terry. He'll be a 1,300-yard receiver.
Good. 13. It keeps going up, and I'm so excited about that. Cam, you want to add to it?
I'll give you that.
I want to stick at 1,200. 1,200.
I'm going to say Terry McLaurin, he does get 1,400 yards this year. That's it's a personal best. But here's why. He finally got the contract that he wanted. He has no reason to whine. Get in there and play and show him what you can do. And I think that's what he'll do. I'm also surprised, to be honest with you. I'm surprised he's still in Washington, but that's the way it worked out. And I think Washington's going to be a decent team this year. I mean, obviously they surprised everybody last year and went on the run that they did. I don't think that was a fluke. I think that they can play with pretty much anybody. I still don't like them to win the NFC or anything like that, but I like them as against.
You want a hot take?
Sure.
they win the NFC East. And I got them over the Eagles.
Well, I mean, that's definitely. I hope you're right. I actually like Washington too. I don't dislike them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of sick of the Eagles.
I'm done with the Eagles.
I'm sick of the Eagles.
I'm sick of
but
the Chiefs.
I
I'm sick of
think
the Eagles.
Chiefs.
I think Super Bowl hangover.
Yes, Eagles
So
and
sick of
Chiefs. It's time for new teams. I mean, even really, you kind of get sick of Buffalo, even though they're not winning it. I'm kind of sick of Buffalo because they're always there. The Ravens are always there. I'd like to see some new teams, starting to really like Washington, coming out of nowhere last year. Really, nobody expected them to do what they did. I love that. That was an awesome run. I like the Bengals. The Bengals should be better than what they are. They've got too much talent.
Well, see, the thing is, okay, so if you want to compare eras, the Chiefs are kind of like the Patriots of today, right? Is that what you'd agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so back then, at least you had Peyton Manning. He would get there every now and then. Ben Roethlisberger would get there every now and then. I'm just talking AFC side.
Yep.
It seems like nobody can beat Mahomes. The only person that can beat Mahomes has been Joe Burrow, literally. And he's done it one time. And somebody's going to have to come through. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, somebody's going to have to come through.
A-Rod.
I'm sick of it. I'm tired of the Chiefs. Hey, Ron.
My Geno Smith's going to go in there and beat him.
It ain't gonna be no Geno. I was about to say that. Ain't no Geno.
Listen, you underestimate the connection between Pete Carroll and Geno Smith. I mean, you underestimate it.
I like Geno.
You underestimate Pete Carroll. Okay, I'm telling you, the Raiders look.
Can we talk about that division though? Can we talk about that division? The set of coaches in that division: Andy Reid, Jim Harbaugh, Pete Carroll, and Sean Payton. Think about that. That's one division's set of coaches. It's crazy.
That's probably the best set of coaches in any division. Right there.
Oh, yeah, by far.
That division's going to be tough. I mean, there's no question. It sucks. I hate being in that division right now because we have to play each one of those teams obviously twice, and they're all good. I mean, we ain't even talked about the Broncos or any. The Broncos aren't going to be bad this year. I like Bo Nix. I like it.
Bo Nix surprised me last year.
He surprised me.
Yeah. Well, they beat my Bengals out for the playoffs last year because the Chiefs decided to rest starters week 18.
Yeah. Gosh, that would have made me so mad. I would have been.
It makes
I would have been
mad.
fighting mad sitting at home knowing that that's what's taking place. If my team didn't make the playoffs, I feel like teams should have to get out there and play. I just feel like they should have to. It's stupid.
I mean, think about it. The Bengals literally won 5 straight games to finish 9-8, and all they needed was a Denver loss in the last week. And the Chiefs don't play anybody, and they get blown out.
I do think that the Bengals
makes me mad.
are going to come out fired up because I think Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase had it.
Well, they're going to have to do a better job of not putting themselves in a position to have to.
And that's their biggest problem. They always come out of the gate losing games, sluggish, slow, and then they got to play catch up for the rest of the season.
Yep.
If they can take care of that, they'll honestly, I'm gonna say it. They're in my division, and they'll win 14. They'll win 14 games, and probably go to the Super Bowl.
I don't think they'll win 14 games.
No, I mean,
I'm saying
I would love for them to win 14 games.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I got them at 11-6.
I think they could win 14 games if they come out of the gate playing right. It's just
all right. Here, I'll pull their schedule up right now.
For coming out of the gate and losing 3-4 in a row.
All right, let's go ahead and get y'all's prediction on this. We'll pull up their schedule here. At Cleveland,
W.
I think that's a win for Bengals.
Jacksonville
I
W.
think it's a win.
at Minnesota,
Loss.
L.
at Denver,
W.
Loss.
Detroit,
L.
Loss.
at Green Bay.
Loss.
L.
Oh my God, you got them going 2-4 starting out?
Bro, that's what I'm saying. They're notorious for it.
Listen. All right. Pittsburgh.
L.
It's at Pittsburgh.
No. And it's Thursday night.
I'll give that one Cincinnati.
New York Jets.
W.
They'll win.
Chicago.
W.
They'll win.
Then they got a bye week. Then at Pittsburgh. Coming off a bye week.
That's a loss.
New England.
W.
That's a win.
Even though I think Drake May's going to be
Wait, Chris, did you? Okay, hold on. So, at Baltimore.
Loss.
At Buffalo.
W.
Loss.
L.
Baltimore at home.
W.
Loss.
My God, Chris.
That's dude.
At Miami.
Win.
Arizona.
Win.
W.
Cleveland.
Win.
W.
All right, so you got them winning at Cleveland, Jacksonville, and then you got them beating Pittsburgh at home, the Jets, the Bears. That's 5. Then you got them beating Patriots 6. Then you got them beating Miami. You got them going 9-8. You think they'll go 9-8?
Dude, that's a tough schedule.
I gave them more L's, or I gave them more W's.
Yeah, I think Cameron's got them going.
What'd you give him,
I
Cam?
think I
he's
had
got
them getting like 12 wins, maybe. I do have them coming.
If I had to predict it, I'm going. They win at Cleveland. They win at Jacksonville or against Jacksonville. I'm gonna give them a win at Minnesota, a loss at Denver on Monday night. They lose to Detroit. They beat Green Bay on the road. That's 4-2. They beat Pittsburgh, New York, and Chicago at home. That's 7-2. They lose at Pittsburgh, 7-3. They beat the Patriots, 8-3. They lose at Baltimore, and they win at Buffalo. So that's 9-4. They beat Baltimore, 10-4. They lose at Miami, 10-5. And then they beat Arizona, 11-5. And then I think they probably drop that last game because they'll probably rest and go 11-6. That's my prediction. I said 11-6. I'm sticking with.
Well, I mean,
we'll give them 12 wins, 2 losses to Pittsburgh.
That's crazy. Good. That's good.
Dude.
You know what? We're going to that Thursday night game in Cincinnati.
Have you seen the Steelers secondary? Jamar Chase will not touch the ball.
Yeah. Have you seen what Jamar Chase does to divisions? They go out and get these freaking cornerbacks because nobody stop him.
Well,
the Ravens went and got Jair Alexander. The Steelers go and get Jalen Ramsey. Think about that. That's literally what Jamar Chase does.
That's what we have to do. I'm sick of dealing with Jamar Chase.
I'm not even going to go run through my Raiders schedule and see what y'all think because I'm not going to hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
No, do it.
No,
do it.
Pull up the Steelers schedule right now.
Okay, I'll do Steelers.
All right,
I want to hear Steelers schedule.
All right, I got you. Go ahead.
Name them for me. Are you predicting it?
Colby, you naming?
All right, here you go. I got it. I'll start naming the games right now. At New York Jets.
Win.
Seattle.
W.
Win.
At New England.
Win.
I want to give an unpredicted loss. I think Drake May has a great game.
Hold on. There's a little thing beside this. Okay, yeah, I think it's a London game. Hold on. Dublin game. Okay,
It's in
so
Dublin.
Minnesota, but it's in Dublin.
I'm going to
Win
give
for
a
the
W.
that's a loss for the Steelers.
9:30 a.m.
It sure
I'm going to
is.
bet for that. W for that one. So I've got them going, 3-1
All
right
right.
now?
Then they got a bye week, and then they follow a bye week with Cleveland
Win
W.
at Cincinnati,
W.
at Cincinnati. It's a loss.
Green Bay,
I'm going to give them a loss here.
It's a loss.
Indianapolis
Win
W.
at the Chargers,
loss.
W.
Cincinnati
W
Win.
again.
at Chicago,
I'm
Loss.
going to give them another unexpected loss.
Buffalo
L.
Loss.
at Baltimore,
Loss.
L.
Miami
Win.
W.
at Detroit,
Loss.
L.
at Cleveland,
Win.
and Baltimore
Loss.
last week.
W.
So where you got them going, Cam? What's that got?
Wait,
What you
that
got
was-
on that?
Was that 12-6? Is that right?
Let me see here. I've got
12-5.
12-5. I mean, yeah, I'm going to win 12 games. But there's some fluctuation there. Like they could lose a game that I'm not expecting.
If I had to predict it, at New York they win, Seattle they win, at New England they win. They lose Minnesota Dublin game, 3-1. They beat Cleveland. They lose at Cincinnati, 4-2. They lose to Green Bay, 4-3. They beat Indianapolis and the Chargers, 6-3. They beat Cincinnati at home, 7-3. They lose at Chicago. They lose to Buffalo, 7-5. At Baltimore, 7-6. They beat the Dolphins, 8-6. They lose to Detroit, 8-7.
I've got them 8-9.
And I got them 8-7. They beat Cleveland. That's 9-7, and then they lose to Baltimore. I got them.
See,
Going
here's
9-8.
where you're wrong, Chris. Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season.
Mhm.
They'll pull out. They will have a winning season. I don't know how, but they will have a winning season. Even if it's 9-8, they'll have a winning season.
And they may shock the entire world.
All right. Since we're doing this, we've already done mine and Cam's. Let's go, Chris. Raiders.
L.
I don't even want to hear it because I already
Got it pulled
know.
up right here. You ready?
Go ahead.
At New England.
L.
I think we get the win.
Chargers.
At the Chargers at Raiders it's a win for Raiders.
At Washington.
It's a loss.
Chicago.
Raiders at home is a win.
At Indianapolis.
Win.
Tennessee.
Win.
At Kansas City.
Loss.
Jacksonville.
Where's that at?
It's at
Raiders.
Las Vegas.
Okay, I like the Raiders for that one.
At Denver.
Loss.
Dallas. On Monday night.
I'm going to go ahead and give us a win there.
Cleveland.
I like the Raiders.
At the Chargers.
I like the Raiders. I like the Chargers in that one.
Denver.
I like that at home. I like the Raiders.
Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me tell you. You get there and get tough right here. At Philly.
Loss.
At Houston.
I like the Raiders at Houston. So I'm taking them.
The Giants.
I like
at
the
home,
Raiders.
and Kansas City at home.
I like the Raiders. What do you have? What do I have them going? What?
I'm
Hold on,
going
losses.
Try to remember.
7-10.
That's what you have them going.
Yeah.
I don't have.
All right, here's mine. They win at New England. They lose to the Chargers at home. They lose to Washington on the road. They beat Chicago. That's 2-2. They beat Indianapolis, Tennessee. That's 4-2. They lose at Kansas City, 4-3. Jacksonville, they win, 5-3. They lose at Denver, 5-4. They lose to the Cowboys, 5-5. They beat the Browns, 6-5. They lose. They lose to the Chargers on the road, 6-6. They beat Denver, 7-6. They lose to Philly and Houston on the road, 7-8. They beat the Giants, 8-8, and then It's weird because I want to say I'm going to give them a win. I'll give them a win against Kansas City. So I got them 9-8.
9-8. I mean, I think that'd be a pretty good year for the Raiders.
I mean, that could squeeze them into the playoff. It depends on what everybody else does.
It could. I don't know what I had them going, but I had them winning way more than that.
Now there's a couple games I could see them going 10-7. I got them 9-8. There's a couple games they could win.
Yeah,
like the Chargers at home. I got them losing, but they could win that one. They could go 10-7.
Yeah, they could. All right. Well, that's where we stand. We are hopeful, all of us, and I'm excited because we get NFL football.
I hope we face the Raiders in the playoffs. I hope the Bengals.
I'd love to see my Raiders play
because I'm coming. You're coming down and watching it.
I'd like my Raiders to play the Bengals in the playoffs and the Steelers in the playoffs in the same season.
That's just smoke you don't want.
Oh,
you want to smoke their wig all the way to the Super Bowl? You think they're going to beat the Steelers and the Bengals?
You never know. You know what? You never know who's going to be a surprise team.
You know what? And top it off, they beat the Steelers and the Bengals. Then they beat Kansas City to go to the Super Bowl. And then they win it. Imagine.
Oh, you wouldn't.
You'd be on cloud nine.
I'm ready for it. I need it.
Not all dreams come true.
Well, we can dream, but you know what? The season starts tonight, and I'm excited about that. Colby, you got some bets to place because you've not even placed yours yet. So I am probably going to place. I'm going to go ahead.
I got one in.
After we've talked, I'm going to go in and do some adjustments and whatnot. But anyhow, we've pretty much covered everything that we're going to cover, and we've been on here for a little over an hour, almost an hour and a half. We are going to be back on here tomorrow evening, and hopefully we're collabing with Hicks in the Sticks. If you're out there, Hicks in the Sticks, and you see this, we are looking forward to our collaboration with you cooking all that good food, right? Aren't we, guys? So looking forward to that, and we will talk college football tomorrow and see what we got. There's not a whole lot going on this weekend. I mean, there's some games, obviously, and we're excited that there are games. But we'll get into that a little bit more tomorrow. But you all good? Everybody good to go?
All good.
Right.
All right. Well, we will get back on here tomorrow, and we will see you all later. Fellas, I'm out. Goodbye. Peace.
Peace.